What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about Kylian Mbappe and some Spanish news sources are claiming that Liverpool have put in a big transfer bid for Kylian Mbappe. So let me know guys, what do you think about this? Do you think it's realistic for Liverpool to even try and get Mbappe? I think we have the money to do it, but the wage structure would be seriously altered and compromised, and I'm not sure if Liverpool want to upset too many of their first team players with signing Mbappe on twice or three times the wages that Salah or Van Dijk are on. So let me know what do you think about this in the comments below, and we will have the detailed transfer report from the Spanish news sources shared with you guys in this video. And also we will talk about Mohamed Salah potentially going to the Olympics with Egypt, and of course that's in the balance at the moment with the coronavirus outbreak in China, whether the Olympics will be held or not. And also we will talk about many other different Liverpool news things in this video. So guys, if you enjoy these videos, please leave a like, it really helps me out and shows me that you guys enjoy these, and subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news. So let's listen to this report, which is saying that Kylian Mbappe is a little bit upset. He has had recently quite a big bust up with PSG manager Thomas Tuchel. Mbappe was substituted in one of the games in PSG and just wanted straight to go to the bench because he was very upset, and Thomas Tuchel wanted to have a conversation with Mbappe, and Mbappe was just turning away from his manager. He was clearly pretty angry, fuming, and it looked like that the chemistry was just non-existent at Mbappe during that conversation. It looked like Mbappe really was upset at the manager and also at being substituted, which is understandable. He wants to play and he wants to score as many goals as possible. And many Liverpool fans said when they saw that video that Mbappe clearly needs a Klopp hug. Of course he does. Who doesn't? And this is what the news report is saying. Kylian Mbappe is not having the best of times with the manager, PSG manager Thomas Tuchel, and there are several clubs interested in acquiring his services. And according to El Desmarque, which is a Spanish news outlet, the France international has 4 offers on the table, and it's claimed that there is Liverpool as well in the mix, who are trying to sign Mbappe, who is just 24 years old. He scored like more than 40 goals last season. He already has 20 plus goals this season, so he is of course one of the best players, potentially the next player to take over from Ronaldo and Messi. So this could be an absolutely monumental, huge opportunity for Liverpool to sign a generational talent, because that is thrown around a little bit too much to my liking on football Twitter. But Mbappe is clearly still an absolutely growing talent, but he is a generational talent. I don't think we will see another player come through and win the World Cup as a teenager, scoring a lot of goals, and I think he needs to play in a better league than the French league, and he is clearly attracted to the Premier League. He has said it before, and every time he has an interview or a conversation, it looks like he brings Liverpool into the conversation as well. He just loves the way Liverpool play. He loves Jurgen Klopp. He loves our players, and the speculation linking Mbappe with Liverpool was fueled when, of course, Mbappe clearly himself hailed Jurgen Klopp's side during an interview last month. And even though Mbappe has offers on the table, El Desmarque adds that the former AS Monaco man does not seem to consider them. But I'm sure that behind the scenes Mbappe is considering his future, because he knows that he needs to leave Paris Saint-Germain if he wants to truly become one of the best, if not the best players in the world. Age is not on his side. After Ronaldo and Messi retires, which could be in the next 4 or 5 years, Mbappe could be the #1 player in the world. Mbappe could be a serial Ballon d'Or winner, and I'm sure that he has ambitions to win everything in world football. He already won the World Cup, he already won the French League, the French Cup, the French League Cup. So he has won everything in France there is to win. And I think it's time for him to move to either the La Liga or Liverpool. So the Spanish news outlet is reporting that Real Madrid are also interested in Mbappe, but Mbappe has 4 offers on the table which he is going to consider this summer, and several of them are from very big, very important clubs. There is Liverpool, the recent Champions League winners, and also Manchester United, and also Mbappe is of course very keen on either Barcelona or Real Madrid. Mbappe said it himself that one of his dreams is to play for Real Madrid one day. But I think Mbappe can come to Liverpool, and even though he would cost around 200 to 300 million pounds, we could sell him in 4 years to Real Madrid for about the same amount of money adjusted for inflation. So maybe we sign him for like 250 right now, and in 4 years we sell him for 300 million, and in that 4 years he can win everything there is to win in English football. I think with Mbappe, Liverpool would certainly keep winning cups. I'm not sure like how many, because it's very difficult to predict, but with Mbappe, Liverpool would certainly be even stronger than they are right now, if that's even possible. And of course Mbappe has the option to stay at Paris Saint-Germain, because PSG put a very lucrative contract offer on the table. Paris Saint-Germain really want to keep Mbappe, but I think Mbappe has set his sights on trying a new challenge, and the last one is of course FC Barcelona, who are also interested in signing Mbappe, but I don't think Barcelona have the financial situation at the moment to pull off that transfer. So Liverpool are basically in a battle with Real Madrid to get Mbappe. I don't think Manchester City are going to sign Mbappe. They still have Aguero and Gabriel Jesus, and I don't think that Barcelona have the financial means to do it. I don't think Manchester United are attractive enough for Mbappe to seriously consider them. I mean, they are not even in the Champions League right now, and it looks like Man United won't finish in the Champions League places. So I think that the two very, very serious options besides staying at PSG is Real Madrid and Liverpool for Mbappe. And that, I mean, as a Liverpool fan, that's absolutely incredible that we are in the conversation for one of the best players in the world right now. And I'm sure that Jurgen Klopp would love to see Mbappe at Liverpool. But financially, it's an incredibly difficult transfer move to make it work for Liverpool, because they are just not paying the wages that Real Madrid pay. They don't pay usually the transfer fee that is required to land one of the best players in the world. But we already saw Liverpool break the transfer record for like the signing the most expensive defender, Van Dijk at that time, to sign the most expensive goalkeeper, Alisson at that time. Of course, those records have since been broken by Maguire and by Kepa Arrizabalaga for Chelsea, but those two transfers didn't really work out for those clubs. And I think that Liverpool could certainly break another transfer record by signing Mbappe as maybe the most expensive transfer in world football. But Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool board and everyone working at Liverpool will take an analytical, close, very cold, hard look at signing Mbappe and what it means financially for Liverpool, and is it a good deal or not, because we won't sign Mbappe just for the sake of having an incredible player in our team, because we already have an incredible front line. Firmino, Salah and Mane could still easily keep going for at least another 2 or maybe even 3 years at the absolute top of their careers, and after that they will start to decline slowly. So at the moment Liverpool are in a very good position. We just don't desperately need Mbappe. But of course the fan in me wants us to sign Mbappe, but only if it makes financial sense for Liverpool. I don't want Liverpool to really flip the wage structure upside down to really upset players like Salah and Van Dijk, because if Mbappe comes to Liverpool and he would cost wages 400k or something crazy like that, and Salah and Van Dijk are around on 250k weekly wages, it looks like that we are negotiating with some new contracts with some players for new contracts, that would really upset the dressing room, I think, if Mbappe comes in and he would be on a double of the wages. And if you consider that Trent Alexander-Arnold is still on something like 60k weekly wages and Mbappe earns like 400k, it just wouldn't feel right to me, and it probably wouldn't feel right to many Liverpool players, many Liverpool main players as well. The problem is that still Mbappe's contract runs until 2022, so this summer they don't really have to sell. Probably they have to sell next summer if Mbappe doesn't sign a new contract, because after that it's a real possibility that Mbappe just runs down his contract and would leave Paris Saint-Germain for free, which would be the craziest thing to happen in football, in my opinion, because to lose Mbappe on a free transfer when he's worth around 200 to 300 million pounds would be just madness even from PSG, who of course are very, very well off financially. So I think that Paris Saint-Germain don't want to sell Mbappe. The big question is, what will Mbappe do? What will he want? Let me know what you think. There has been some news that Egypt's under-23 manager, who is the manager of Egypt's team at the Olympics this summer, actually confirmed that Mohamed Salah will be one of the 3 over 23 players who he wants to take to the Olympics with him, which means that Mohamed Salah will miss the whole pre-season for Liverpool if that happens, and also he will miss probably the first 1 or 2 games in the Premier League, which doesn't sound like too bad, but if you consider that Mohamed Salah could also be away for 6 weeks in the middle of the season for the Africa Cup of Nations, which is from the beginning of January until like February, it's unacceptable for me. And Jurgen Klopp of course said previously it would not be too cool if Salah were to travel to Japan, and that the call had yet to be made. And that was a message emphasized again by Salah's agent Rami Abbas, who actually said on social media with the quote, tweeted a report saying a 27-year-old would be selected with the message, "No decision has been made yet." So I think that Salah needs to be very careful with this. He doesn't want to upset the Egyptian authorities, the government, the media, probably the fans as well want to see him play for his country and help them in the Olympics. But he also wants to help Liverpool. So I think it will be a very difficult decision for Salah to do this, to navigate this situation. But I'm sure that, Salah will sit down with Jurgen Klopp, with Liverpool and with Egypt as well, and they will work out something. The problem is that the Olympics final is on August the 8th, which is the start of the Premier League season. I can't see any way for Salah to play in the Olympics and to be ready for the start of the Premier League season, because I think after the Olympics Salah would need at least 2 weeks rest and then some pre-season training, so he could miss the first month of the proper season plus the pre-season for Liverpool, which would make Jurgen Klopp very upset, very unhappy, and I think it would really, really harm Liverpool's chances of winning the Premier League title next season. Also, there is a fitness update on the striker who Liverpool could face in the Atletico Madrid tie, Alvaro Morata, and Goal.com is reporting that he could be fit to face Liverpool in the Champions League, which of course is not really a good news, because first it was reported that he could miss the first leg due to a right leg muscle injury, but it looks like that he will be recovered for that game. But the fitness of both Diego Costa and Joao Felix is unknown as of this moment. They both suffered injuries recently, meaning they could at least miss the first leg against Liverpool, but maybe even the second leg. And if Atletico Madrid would miss all 3 of their main goal scorers, main strikers, that would be a really big advantage for Liverpool, but it would still be a very difficult tie because Atletico Madrid is such a tough team. So Liverpool shouldn't get ahead of themselves and think that they have already 1 foot in the quarterfinals, because Atletico Madrid could knock Liverpool out. They are a very, very serious team with a very, very good manager. So Liverpool need to be careful in that tie. And there has been just an announcement, which I will be honest, I was a little bit upset that Liverpool didn't move for Hakim Ziyech, because it looks like he will go to Chelsea for just £33 million, which is a great value for money, because Hakim Ziyech has been very, very impressive for Ajax and for Morocco in the Africa Cup of Nations recently as well. But especially for Ajax, in their Champions League run, Hakim Ziyech was one of their main players and he was terrific for them. Almost every time I saw him play, he was brilliant. He scores great goals, and they announced that Chelsea will sign Hakim Ziyech in the summer. They already got an agreement in place. And Jamie Carragher said this: so the Hakim Ziyech Ajax player was outstanding last season in that Champions League run. He was a player I thought actually Liverpool may look at as well. He can play both sides, maybe as cover for Mane or Salah, but it looks like Chelsea have gone into the market and they are going to get something done already. And they did. So it looks like it's official. Hakim Ziyech is going to Chelsea, which is a very, very good signing for them. I'm not gonna lie, for 33 million, it's a great value for money. Hakim Ziyech still has a good 4 or 5 years at the top of European football, in my opinion. And of course it will be exciting to watch him play in the Premier League. I'm just a little bit sad that it won't be for Liverpool, because as Carragher said, he would have been an absolutely terrific backup player for both Salah and Mane on either side of the wing. He can score goals, he's great at dribbling, he has a great vision, he can get assists, he can score free kicks, long range goals, he can do a bit of everything on the pitch as an attacker. So it will be very interesting how he does for Chelsea. And I think Chelsea needed Hakim Ziyech more than Liverpool. Maybe Liverpool didn't go in for him because Hakim Ziyech would probably have been upset sitting on the bench, and there was no way that Ziyech would start ahead of Salah or Mane. He's good, but he's not that good that he could start at Liverpool ahead of Salah and Mane, and he didn't want to sit on the bench. And at Chelsea, he would be a regular starter, because Chelsea have Willian, Pedro, two players who are soon getting 30 years old, or maybe they are already 30 years old, and they will start to decline. So Chelsea will probably move one or two of them on in the summer, and they have Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi, but both players are very inconsistent. Hakim Ziyech is a lot more consistent than those two players, so I can certainly see that this makes a lot of sense for Chelsea, this transfer. And actually, Liverpool goalkeeper Adrian has explained some very interesting things about how he and Alisson were communicating in the build-up to the UEFA Super Cup final, where Adrian had to make his debut, I think, because Alisson got injured in the first Premier League game against Norwich. And the Mirror newspaper was quoting the Spaniard. He said, "I told Ali that he was a great part in Liverpool training, being in the final, and that he was unlucky with the injury before, but we are going to fight for it, and we are going to get the cup for sure." After the game, he texted me again. I texted him and said, "This is for you because you got the Champions League and the Super Cup." Maybe he was not personally there, but his help was there with us in Istanbul. After just 1 week, I played in the Super Cup, and I got this great feeling. I felt full of happiness in myself. I was having dinner with the guys after the game, and I spoke with James Milner and said, "Okay, do you want to take the trophy with you?" And I said, "I will sleep with her. I'm more than happy to sleep with her." And what an introduction to Liverpool that was for Alisson, for Adrian, a Spanish goalkeeper. He comes in as a second choice goalkeeper. He was probably expecting to make his debut maybe in a League Cup game, and then all of a sudden Alisson gets injured, and Adrian could play in a cup final on his debut, and to save a penalty to win Liverpool the shootout was just the best debut possible for Adrian, in my opinion. He got into Anfield folklore with that. Whoever goalkeeper who saves a penalty in a cup final to win Liverpool a major trophy, and I still consider the European Super Cup a major European trophy, because not many English teams have won that cup many times. Liverpool, I think, won it 4 times now, and that's another record for Liverpool as being the most successful European Cup winner or European team, because we won 6 Champions League, I think we won 3 UEFA Cups or Europa Leagues, and also 4 European Super Cups. So that's brilliant for Liverpool, and that's also brilliant for Adrian that he could make a debut like that. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys.